played at Sha Tin on Sunday. Racing continues in Hong Kong this Wednesday night with Happy Valley hosting a 9-race program. Welcome to Racing to Win. Plenty to cover on the show today, and joined in the studio by Paul Ellie and Nick Child. And before we get back to the weekend, Nick, what can we look forward to on Wednesday night?
Well, look, it's a competitive-looking card, this, isn't it, really, coming up from Happy Valley, and 9 races, as you say. So, but there are some nice horses running around, plenty with course and distance form, and a few newcomers as well.
There's a lot of newcomers for a Happy Valley meeting, Paul.
Yeah, there is. No jackpots to speak of, so all the money's been won in that respect. But as far as the racing is concerned, it looks quite even throughout the card. Simply Maverick will take some beating in his race.
He has been ripping up Happy Valley all season, has Simply Maverick. But Sunday at Sha Tin, it was FWD Champions Day. Let's relive some of the highlights.
Chairman Sprint Prize Field is almost ready. Favourite California Spangle, they're racing. He jumped pretty well. Not as fast as Victor, the winner, who rolled straight to his favourite rollover, Invincible Sage, who left. It's Victor, the winner, and California Spangle. Neither rider getting urgent at the moment. Invincible Sage stalking as he eases out 2 lengths away. Invincible Sage, who put it to him, and he ran on by for Bowman. It's Invincible Sage in front of California Spangle. Mugen and Flying Ace and Invincible Sage. FWD Champions Mile, they're ready. Golden 60, the favourite, they're racing. He was first out, Golden 60. And he jumped so well, Voyage Bubble to his inside. Red Lion began well, as did Beauty Eternal, and came Taj Dragon. Next is Brave Emperor from Elton Barrows, and Galaxy Patch on the rail from O. Beauty Eternal is the leader, 1.5 lengths, Red Line, Golden 60. He needs to rally now, Voyage Bubbles on the inside. Beauty Eternal leads, he's 2 lengths over Red Line and Golden 60. Beauty Eternal, he's still in front. 2 Red Line, Voyage Bubble, Golden 60 will miss a place. Zach Purden's going to do it again, and he's outstripped them from the front in the Champions Mile. Has gone forward. He's at 1.8, 1.2, looking for his 3rd in a row. They're racing. Prognosis missed it by 3 lengths. Northbridge speeding out from barrier number 3. Sword Point happy together. Romantic Warrior is going to be wide from his draw into the first turn, and Nimble Nimbus is going to be wider. Northbridge the leader. 3-ish Iguazu Prognosis. Here he comes. Romantic Warrior's wider out. Northbridge still leads it. It's Romantic Warrior versus Japan. The 4 Japanese winning. He's in front, the Warrior of Prognosis. What a ride. What a horse. And he wins it again. Romantic Warrior.
Clean sweep for Hong Kong, China in the 3 big ones on the weekend there, Nick. And you were the first man to get to James McDonald. He was rather speechless.
He was, yeah. Uncharacteristic, really, for James McDonald. I didn't expect it personally, Paul. But, yeah, look, he soon came alive the further we got back to the winners' enclosure.
Yeah, I think it was just all sinking in for him, wasn't it? He didn't expect the horse to win at the 600, but I'll tell you, there was a good run in that race, that Prognosis. When you look back on that run, that was huge as well. Both the first and second were good.
Will he be a last run reminder if he comes back here again?
Might be the way. I think he will. I think we will see him again. Yep. I mean, they're quite keen to get the Group 1.
He jumps on terms, he nearly beats him, doesn't he?
Surely. Well, yeah, he's a hard horse to get past, Romantic Warrior. But yeah, that run was huge.
All right, well, the disappointing aspect of the day was the fact Golden 60 didn't win his 4th consecutive Champions Mile. From the wash-up for all the run, Nick spoke to his trainer, Francis Lui.
He's okay after the race. Of course, he got beat. He feel not happy.
Yeah. But I mean, that said, all aside, I mean, he's run his usual honest race, and he hasn't let you and the team down once again.
Yeah, the weather I think didn't help him, and also the ground.
What was Vincent's report on the ground? I mean, it looked a bit tacky. Obviously, they had rain on it. It dried a little bit. I imagine it was probably just hard to sort of show that electric turn of foot on ground like that.
Yeah, he said just hard to chase. Yeah.
Francis, the burning question on everybody's lips, I know, and you're probably not going to appreciate me asking you, but what about the future for him now? Obviously, there's been plenty of talk about it. I know it's very early still, but are there any plans at the moment as to his future, the horse?
Yeah, I think I have to discuss with the owner. But it's not an easy plan, You can't say stop him and send it on the plane and send it on the plane and send it overseas to retire. I think we have to keep work him and make him happy, and then progressively drop him and decided to retire, something like that.
If it is to be his last run, obviously it's been a fantastic story. We've enjoyed seeing it all, and I'm sure you guys will do the best by the horse.
Yeah, he's the horse, once of a lifetime. He won everything. Yeah.
It's a tricky one, isn't it, Paul? Because he deserves to go out better than that, and the track was against him.
It definitely was. Yeah, it was in the right position to win, but it was the track, and we've seen him being beaten on wet tracks before. Look, I wasn't sure if it was the wet track before because he's got too far back and run on, but I'm convinced now he just doesn't go on a wet track.
Well, I mean, look, it's clearly going to blunt his speed. He's got that electric turn of foot, and you watch it, he lowers himself to the ground, he extends so well, and look, he's an 8-year-old, we mustn't forget as well, so they're going to deteriorate as they get older, but look, he went down on his shield as always.
He did. Hopefully he might be back for one more, but we'll find out in due course. Before we find out in due course, we need to get to Happy Valley on Wednesday night for a 9-race A-course program. And the 2 races we focus on French night at the Valley, races 7 and 8. The France Gallop Cup, the Class 3 over the 1,200 metres is the 7th. And Celestial Colours has the blinkers off and the visor going on. Beauty Infinity has placed all 3 starts in this class. Happy United goes up in trip on a 7-day backup. Conti has the blinkers off. Fashion Legend has the blinkers coming on. And down towards the bottom, Magic Phoenix won second up in the past, and Kaying Cheer comes back into Class 3, the speed map, Nick.
Yeah, let's have a look at it, shall we? Kaying Cheer's only got a lightweight, so they might well use that to best effect and try and go forward with him. He's not got the worst of draws as well. Co-partner Prance has been in very good form. He'll be handy enough, I feel. Celestial Colours might be caught a little bit deep, and Beauty Infinity perhaps not too far away either, Paul.
Yeah, he should be close up. Happy United won't be too far away. Conti didn't show much speed at his debut. I think he'll go back.
We start with an interview. This man's a last start winner in Hong Kong. Andrea Razzani riding Phoenix-like to victory in the last at Sha Tin. He will partner Kaying Cheer on Wednesday nights.
Andrea, Kaying Cheer, one of your rides coming up on Wednesday night, race 7. He's got a very light weight. I know you've only ridden him just the once, but he was pretty good in his comeback last time.
Yeah, for sure. I rode him sort of back end last year, and he actually ran quite well in a decent race. And his first run back this season, it was a good comeback run. He finished off quite strongly. He's obviously up in grade, but he's got a light weight, and on the back of his last run, he should be very competitive. Hopefully, it would improve a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was his first run around here. Seems to obviously handle the track well. I mean, he's come up against one who was probably a bit of a blot on the handicap in California Touch. So plenty of positives to take out of his first run at the city circuit.
Yeah, exactly. He travelled quite strongly and he finished off quite nicely. So, it's got a bit of a course and distance form. And like I said, hopefully that comeback run will just bring him on a little bit. And off a lightweight, I know it's up in grade. He should be competitive.
We're on the A course, gate number 8. I guess that's probably fairer than being on a course with sort of, not as wide sort of circumference on the track. Where do you see yourself getting from 8, perhaps?
Well, I'll have to speak to Pierre, see what he wants me to do. When I rode him here, sort of back at last season, I was quite forward. Obviously, we'll have to see what pace is going to be in the race. And like A draw is never a great draw, especially around there. But we're on the A course, fresher ground, and we'll see how the night goes. Obviously, in the early races where the winners are coming from.
Yeah, he looks at a decent chance. Just reflecting on the weekend, you had rides in all 3 of the Group 1s. Lucky with you, Taj Dragon, Nimble Nimbus. They all sort of ran midfield sort of positions. Were you pleased enough with their performances?
I was very happy with them. I thought Lucky with you ran a great race. We didn't have the best draws, but we managed to get a good pitch, and he finished 6th. He picked up some prize money on ground he doesn't like. I'd say if the ground would have been a bit quicker, he could have run a bit closer, but I thought it was a good run. I thought Tash Dragon ran very well. He travelled strongly. You know, the winner was probably got the run of the race. You know, it was a brilliant ride, but can't take anything away from him. But I thought Tash ran a very solid race, finishing 6th. He's another horse that probably appreciates better ground. And Nimbles, we had a bad draw. We trying to go forward from that gate because we didn't want to be stuck wide, and it just didn't work. It's a horse that needs to be ridden a bit more quieter, but I'm sure Levy's there again.
Finished the day on a high as well, so the winners keep flying.
Yeah, no, it was good to get a winner in the last race, and yeah, so if we could keep tipping away, and we've still got 2.5 months until the end of the season, and it's gone well enough, so let's keep kicking.
Andrea, they're talking to Nick Ree Ka-Ying-Chi. We'll talk more about Ka-Ying-Chi soon, Paul, but we need to move on to the others in this race, and we start with Beauty Infinity, who is yet to win in this grade, but he has been ultra consistent and draws barrier number 1.
He's been a bit costly in his last couple of starts. He's run second on both occasions at his 2.2 and a 2.3 favourite, and he was beaten prior to that as a 1.6 favourite. So he's just struggled to win in Class 3. He's been consistent in it. Look, I've got him in the numbers, but I'm not going to put him on top this week.
Yeah, no, look, I can't put him on top either. For no real fault of his own. Look, he's racing well enough, but as you say, a beaten favourite 4 out of his last 5. I mean, you know, if you're a fan of his constantly, then you are probably a few quid down.
What a win caution around him. Can't imagine that will be the same when it comes to this horse. Nick Co-Partner Prance is his name, and he's been burning up the valley.
He has, yeah. Look, he's clearly a nice horse, hasn't he? Isn't he? This guy. He's up £14 or a stone in old money for the 2 wins. And look, last time out, I mean, it was interesting in the call. You know, Tom mentioned that he was having to sort of work hard on him, but it was the last bit of the race that quite impressed me, Paul. I mean, he's sort of found, and then he's sort of gone away to the line quite cosily in the end. So I still think there's a bit more to offer up.
Yeah, I agree. And what I do like about this race is he was £135 here, winning like that, and he only has to carry 122.
Zach Purton's been riding the last 2 we've seen, Paul. Beauty Infinity and Co-Partner Prance. He stays with this horse.
He does, and I think that might be a tip in itself there as well. Other chances, I think him and Simply Maverick are the standout chances on that page. Eagle, I give him a bit of a squeak to. He didn't run too badly. I don't trust Beauty Destiny. No,
he could make for interesting viewing, couldn't he? He's got to change a headgear, but look, that said, he does come with a bit of a warning, I feel, that fellow.
One more replay to look at before we get to your selections, boys. And Nick, at Celestial Colours running 5th. He's a horse with plenty of early pace, but draws barrier 10 and does have to carry the top weight again.
He does, yeah. Look, not ideal where he's berthed, that's for sure, in gate number 10. Though Huey Bowman is on board, and he has one on the horse. And look, he's got a visor replacing the blinker. So interesting, Jamie Richards has changed the gear. That can sometimes bring about that little bit needed to go a bit closer, perhaps. And he's always been well found in the market, Paul, as well. He's usually quite well supported, this guy.
Yeah, no, he is. Look, £135, barrier 10. California Sibyl's drawn 11, so you picked out a couple of wide ones there.
Exactly right. So they're not in, obviously.
No, they're not. I'm going to go with Co-Partner Prance to make it the hat trick, up in grade, lightweight, £122 to beat Ka-Ying-Chi from the front, Beauty Infinity. I'm going to throw Fashion Legend in as well, and for 4th, I think he can bounce back from barrier 3. 6, 11, 3 and 8.
Yeah, going with this horse down at the bottom here, Ka-Ying-Chi, lightweight, liked his run last time. They absolutely spaced the remainder. I don't think he's got to do a lot to go one place better. Over Co-Partner Prance, who's in very good form, of course. Beauty Infinity has to go in. And I put the toppy Celestial Colours in as well with that gear change. 11, 6, 3 and 1.
That is the preview for race number 7, the trophy race on Wednesday night. Off to a break here on Racing to Win. There is a whole lot more to follow this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. Before we get to our next preview race, we're out of the break, and that means one thing at a time for Paul's last run reminder, Paul. And just jump out of the way so don't block the screen. Who do you like as the last run reminder?
Yeah, a horse called Lyrical Motion, drawn really nicely here in race number 5. We can see him well back in this race. He came home really well. This was 1,200 metres. He'll be racing once again now. You can see him sort of coming through the field here, and they went really slow in this race. First 800 metres, they were 0.42 of a second slower than standard, and he still made really good ground. So I thought it was a really good run along the inside there, and I look forward to seeing him on Wednesday night.
He's race 5, number 3. Lyrical Motion as the last run reminder for Wednesday night at Happy Valley. We turn the page now to our next preview race, and it is race number 8 over the 1650 metres. Galaxy Witness is back, and he's down in class this week. We've got Yellowfin having his last 6 on the all-weather. Simply Maverick beaten a nose by Ivy League last time, who carries an extra £5 for beating him. Glorious Journey comes back up in grade after winning at big odds last time. Red Majesty's a 9-time course and distance winner. We go down to only you, stepping up from the 1400, Nick, to the 1650 metres.
Yeah, here's a look at the speed map. Yellowfin likes to get out on the lead, and he could well go forward once again. He's got plenty of that natural early pace, hasn't he? Red Majesty also likes to be prominent. He won't be far off them. Winning Dragon, Ivy League might be caught a little bit deep the last start winner. Galaxy Witness, Romantic Lao can follow.
Yeah, and he was a bit erratic last time, Ivy League as well. So maybe that going out a bit wider might help him. Simply Maverick raced a bit wide at his last start. Fallon coming here is interesting, and Simply Summit Impact and Charity Bingo might have to both go back.
We kick off with a very consistent horse, though. Yellowfin is his name. Nick spoke to his trainer, Francis Lui.
Francis Lui, Wednesday night, we're off to Happy Valley as per usual. You've got Yellowfin lining up in race number 8. Getting back to the turf, Francis, tell me how you came to that decision.
His form is good, but last 2 times we run him 1650 on the dirt. He seems can't finish last 100 yards, so maybe we try grass, see how we go. And Happy Valley is short, straight.
He has run well around here, but obviously he's never run over this course and distance. I guess you've got no issue with the trip. His performances around here have been pretty good, though, haven't they?
Yeah, he's been run on Happy Valley. Of course, at that time he's not ready yet, but this time we try. Maybe I think he can handle, no problem.
He races close to the pace. You've got gate number 4 on the A course, so he's pretty well drawn as well.
Yeah. I think the draw also can help him. He's even pace horse. Once he travel himself comfortable, I think he can do something.
I know it's always hard to compare the all-weather form and the turf, but some of his all-weather form is pretty good, isn't it? So I guess coming back to the turf, you can certainly be pretty confident that he can run well.
Yeah, sometimes the dirt, all depends on the pacing. Sometimes if you use him much at the earlier part, you can't finish. But grass, maybe he can travel comfortable.
There he is, Francis, talking about Yellowfin, who has raced well around the valley despite the fact he hasn't won there. We head back to our first replay now, Nick, and this is Ivy League scoring last time, and when the saddle shifted, it became reminiscent of one of those UK greyhound tracks with the speedway on the inside, but Keegan did his best to keep Ivy League straight, but they did get a little bit jammed up near the line.
Yeah, they did. Look, and the saddle, as you say, did shift, and it just made Keegan's job that little bit harder. But to his credit, I mean, even though he has lugged in quite considerably there, he's done obviously well enough to keep on strongly. So look, it was a good win. There's more on his plate this time in, Paul, but it was good to see him win again.
Yeah, he got a little bit erratic at the end there, didn't he? But look, I think Simply Maverick can overturn it this week.
He's what he's done, Paul. He just loves racing around the valley. Tried at Chartini, wasn't bad there, but he's certainly been better at the city circuit.
Yeah, definitely. So no issues here with Happy Valley. Sort of runs really well. Those 3 wins, a second and a third from a 6 goes. So, he's at the right place over the right trip.
He's a good horse. He's a progressive horse and loves it round here. So, yeah, certainly good value to turn that form around.
Ricky, you sitting on a milestone too on Wednesday night. Needs a couple of wins. We move on, Nick, to Glorious Journey. Shock win last time. It was down in grade. There he is wide out, so he's going to find it more difficult going back up in grade, but he swamped them late impressively here.
He did, yeah. Look, it was actually a comprehensive win, really, wasn't it? They put him up £6 for it, so he won this off of 60, and he's now up into this grade once again off 66. But look, I like the way he's won the race. I mean, this is tougher, granted, but he's still very lightly raced, and maybe he's just coming to himself now, Paul. Yeah,
exactly. And look, I don't think it was a fluke. I think he can go on with it. So I haven't got him on top, but I've included him.
Galaxy Witness, Paul. The start's never terrific. He's not normally too far away. He gets the class drop. He has won 2 from 3 in this grade.
He has. A tongue tie will go on him for the first time, which is an interesting gear change there as well with him. Look, I'm going to watch him in this. I just want to see what he can do with the big weight.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's the big addition, isn't it? The tongue tie now, obviously. Whether or not it's going to have a big effect on him obviously remains to be seen, but it can, we've seen it time and time again, haven't we, that it works well for horses, and it might just work for this guy as well. So look, and the thing as well, he's not small, there's plenty of him, so bigger horses I think sometimes do get caught out in their wind. The tongue tie, I think, is a big addition.
Might be a telling factor, that gear change with Galaxy Witness. Fallon, Nick put his name up as perhaps even a Derby contender leading into the 4-year-old series. He ran in the first 2 legs, didn't go around in the Derby. Finished down the track behind Fran Tank. He comes to Happy Valley for his debut, but had a sighter at the track recently.
He did, yeah, which could be key for him, I suppose. And Harry Bentley has been booked for Tony Cruz. They've had a group win already this season, so good to see the combination continuing here. Yeah, very interesting runner. Really, I can't wait to see what he can do around here. He has got a bit of class, hasn't he?
Yeah, and the trial was fine with him as well. So look, the change of environment might sort of help him. So I'm going to put him in there on a minor line, Fallon.
That is a look at the runners in race number 8. It's an interesting race, isn't it? Because it tends to drop away, Nick, but your favourite horse, Red Majesty's in the field. Yeah. Loves the 1650, but would you prefer him in Class 4 at this stage of his career?
Oh, I think so, yeah. I mean, at the age of 7, look, he isn't slowing down because he was a winner only a couple of starts ago. He was only a length and 3 parts in the Ivy League race, offered the winner in the end. So, there's still something there. But, yeah, look, I do think this is tougher. But if he's able to bring up his 10th course and distance win, then all power to him.
Been a fantastic course here in Hong Kong, no doubt.
Almost a superstar.
Almost.
Yep. 9 wins over the 1650. What a record. But he won't be winning according to you this week, Paul.
No, Simply Maverick on top here. We saw Top Gun win on the weekend. I think Simply Maverick can win here on Wednesday night. Yellowfin, he's never finished further back than 4th in all his starts at Happy Valley. 7 starts, 6 placings and a 4th. Glorious Journey, the last start winner. Fallon coming here for the first time. 4, 3, 7 and 5.
Yeah, he looks a strong chance, doesn't he, at the 4 to turn that form around when he last met Ivy League. That's the way I'm going to play it, 4 over 6. Ivy League, I think, can run well again. Keegan's clearly got the key to him. Galaxy Witness goes in for 3rd. I think he can run well again, even though he has got the top weight. And Glorious Journey, I thought it was a tidy win last time. He can progress as well. 4, 6, 1, 7.
That is race number 8. A reminder, though, that all races are available for preview on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for race-by-race analysis. But French Night is not too far away from Happy Valley, Paul, and who is the pick?
Going to go with a horse having its first start here at Happy Valley. It's Volcanic Spark. I think the distance is going to suit him perfectly. He's drawn nicely in barrier 7. This was over 1,400 metres at his last start. You can see him finishing off in quite a strong race behind California Totality. He's already been a winner here in Hong Kong in the past. He's here over 1,650 metres, son of Rote, this horse. First time at the Valley, first time over the distance, but I really like the way he tacked the line here, really hit the line really strongly. Just the 6 starts for the 1 win so far, so I think he can win on his Valley debut. Long shot, I'm going to do a horse called Packing Wisher with Scratch of an Appetence at his last start, but trialled really well at Chung Fa, should be a decent price. Race 6, number 7, and we'll do the play in race 4 with Double Bingo, Flying Rote on debut, and one at a big price, Speedy Chariot, a QQP 3511.
Yeah, best bet for me coming up on Wednesday night, race 7, number 11. This is Ka Ying Cheer, having only 2nd run at Happy Valley. His first effort. Hugh Bowman was on him for this run. Now he's run 2nd, but just have a look and see how far the winner and the runner-up here are clear of the 3rd. So look, he hasn't got to do a great deal more, I don't think, to win. He's run home strongly there down the centre of the course, and with a lightweight Andrea Zani on, I think he's a leading hope, so we'll make him the best. The long shot, race 2, number 12, Cheong Fat. I'm going to give him another chance. They've changed the headgear with him. He's starting to look a bit exposed, but there's something there, I'm sure of it. And the play, race 9, a QQP 1, 2 and 11.
He won't be any great price, Simply Maverick, but he loves the Valley and he can turn the result around on Ivy League last time. So race 8, number 4, the best. Same colours, race 6, number 8, Harry's Hero on his run 2 starts ago. Had no luck from the draw last time, draws kindly in 3. In a forecast, Simply Maverick and Yellowfin, race 8, numbers 4 and 3. That has been Racing to Win, of course. And Nick, we're back to Sha Tin on Sunday. Big program coming out there. We'll get a bit of a guide too, leading forward to the Champions and Chater.
We will indeed, yeah. The 1.5 mile horses will be in action. Can't wait to see it as well. One of the best trophies on offer for that race too.
Yeah, Kane Generation. We'll see how he can go, see if he can keep going over the longer trip.
We will indeed. He's been back to the Derby. That has been Racing to Win for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Thanks to both Paul and Nick. Thanks to you too. And we'll see you for the first of 9 from the Valley at 6:40.